What's up, guys? Ben's Weather here, and today we'll be talking about the threat for severe weather in the Midwest, and we'll be talking about that tropical wave coming off Africa and what the model guns have been saying. If you guys like this video, please hit the like button, and if you enjoy my channel and think it's helpful, please subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. So, taking a look at the 7-day tropical weather outlook from the National Weather Service, you see that the two areas that we were watching kind of they got taken off because there's too much wind shear for the one in the Caribbean, and the other one we're not likely to see development. But the one coming off of Africa currently, it's actually gone up from a 20 to a 30% chance of formation in the next 7 days. And I believe in the next coming days, as this wave moves closer to that yellow circle, I think that it's gonna get upgraded to a 40, 50, 60, even 60 or higher percent chance. Now let's take a look at the model guidance. So taking a look at the GFS model, you see the low pressure is coming off of this is the newest run, the 6 o'clock run. It's coming off, it forms right where the National Weather Service says, and then the past few runs we've been seeing this go to the East Coast, but this run and the OZ run, we actually see this storm develop into a pretty strong hurricane, but it actually just goes out to sea. So there's definitely no guarantee of where the storm is going. We're gonna have to watch Bermuda and keep watching the East Coast. Now let's look at the European model. So the European model does not think that we're gonna get as strong of a storm. We still get development right there in that region right there, and then kind of pops up is trying to form, but it goes out to sea much sooner than the GFS has it. That's because that high pressure up there, it's like the storm searching for a weak spot in the high pressure. So basically, that high pressure is more to the east on the European. Therefore, that weakness and the high pressure is further to the east. So that storm just slips up in there and then gets caught in the jet stream and then it's gone. Now let's look at the Canadian model. Taking a look at the Canadian model, it is kind of a mix between the two, but it has development in that region. It doesn't have it going quite as far as the JFS does, but not quite as far east as the European does, and it does have formation. It's not as strong, and then it gets caught in the jet stream and it's gone. So we're gonna have to keep watching this over the next swing days. We'll get a pretty good view of this coming in the next week or so, cutting into the weekend. We'll start to really wrap our heads around where this might be going, but we're definitely gonna have to keep watching Bermuda, and we're gonna have to keep watching the East Coast. But as the models trend away towards the East Coast, that's very good news because we're gonna have to we're just gonna have to keep watching Bermuda. Now taking a look at the Storm Prediction Center for today, you see in the Ohio Valley, it's giving that a 3 out of 5 risk for severe weather today, and I don't think I'm pretty certain we are going to see some severe weather today in Ohio and in Michigan. So let's take a look at the tornado. So in that same area, you have a 5% chance of formation of tornadoes. And even if we don't get tornadoes touching the grounds, I definitely think we could see spin ups, which is just like a little spin coming off the ground and doesn't really come in anything. I definitely think we could see some of those. And now let's talk about hail. It's giving it a 3 out of 5 risk for some hail today, and I would not be shocked if in some of these heavier bands or storms that move across Michigan that we do get some hail, and I would not be shocked at all. And taking a look at the wind outlook, it is a 30% chance that we get winds over 50 knots, which is 55 to 60 miles per hour. Um, yeah, I would not be surprised if we got this much wind, especially in the storms in Michigan, moving across Ohio and Illinois. And yeah, taking a look at the Midwest, you see those thunderstorms moving into Wisconsin, and then maybe some heavy thunderstorms in Wisconsin, and then maybe a line of a line of rain showers down into Illinois. And then as that moves into Michigan and Indiana, you kind of see those storms they kind of start to strengthen after they get across the lake, and then we see some pretty strong storms in Michigan and into Ohio. I would not be surprised. This is what I'm talking about for Michigan. The storms up in the southern parts of Michigan. If you get some heavy wind gusts, some hail, and possibly some spin ups. You can look at the north central U.S. You see that storm moving into Wisconsin. Other than that, we might get some wind showers throughout the day, but I don't think we'll get much. Not any severe weather. Maybe a line of thunderstorms possibly there, but I don't think we'll see too much. And the northwest U.S., the same thing. May get some showers, but other than that, mostly just hot and not really anything happening. Possibly some showers in the southwest U.S., but that'll be good because you guys know it's widespread hundreds except for that mountain region in California. But other than that, it's widespread hundreds and 110 in some places. Again, taking a look at the south central U.S., some storms possibly. It's a pretty, it's not a very quiet day, but and other than that, other than the north central, it's pretty quiet for severe weather. We'll talk about the northeast. The northeast, there's potential for severe weather. Just again, really hot, but not too much thunder. The central U.S., we could get some thunderstorms moving into Kansas, and in and out of Kansas, we could see some thunderstorms, possibly some heavy rains. I would not be surprised about that. For the southeast, there's always that potential for thunderstorms and downpours. I would not be surprised if we get some downpours. I think there might be some of that moisture that's down in Florida come up into the southeast, into Georgia and the upper panhandle of Florida. Um, I would not be surprised if we got some downpours. All right, taking a look at the Mid-Atlantic, you see those storms move across Lake Michigan and then into Indiana, Michigan, and Ohio. Then we could get some heavy thunderstorms into Pennsylvania and Buffalo, up in the northern western parts of Pennsylvania. This is the possible threat for severe weather I was talking about. But again, I think we could see some thunderstorms, some wind gusts, possibly some hail, and that does kind of develop into a line of storms that moves across the Mid-Atlantic and the Northeast.
That's all I got for today, guys. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you like my channel and think it's helpful, please subscribe. Other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow.